Hello everybody, let's talk about the Capcom Fighting Collection. In this video, I'm going to talk about the collection as a whole. There are some neat tricks that they did to modernize the games and to bring them online. I won't be going into too much detail about each of the games, but what I will give you is the details of how they packaged this whole thing together. In total, there are 10 games. We got Hyper Street Fighter 2, Red Earth, Darkstalkers, Night Warriors, Vampire Savior, Vampire Hunter 2, Vampire Savior 2, Cyberbots, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, and finally we got Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix or Pocket Fighter. To be honest with you, I love all of these games. I think they're all cool and very unique, but there are only 2 games that I have played before prior to this collection. So obviously everybody played Street Fighter 2 before. And then the other game that I played before is Puzzle Fighter 2. And I'm really glad that they included it because it's not really a fighting game, it's a puzzle game. And the fact that they've made all of these games online is just awesome. Something to note, half of the collections are Darkstalker games, or vampire games if you will. I personally love the vampire games, but I wish there was a little bit more variety. Maybe they're saving it for the next installment, but I am pretty happy with what we got here. Playing through these games make me realize how much I miss 2D sprites. 2D fighters nowadays are really modeled and animated 3D. And while that's cool and modern, there are just more details and personality in 2D sprites versus the 3D models in my opinion. It's kinda like watching a 2D hand-drawn cartoon versus a 3D CG movie, you know? The game also includes artwork from the designers, and let me tell you, it's just super interesting to see the artwork, the sketches, and the design as they were developing the games. Another extra that you get is all the music from all of the games, and I just love this music. It's just so cool. Another addition is the practice mode for the games. Now you may be wondering like, how is that possible because these games did not include practice mode? Did they have to rewrite the code in all of the games to add practice mode? Well, here's the genius part, it's actually a separate mode. Think of it more like a hack. I don't know how they did it, but it's really clever. Somehow they are able to hack a CPU to stand still, and they overlay it with button inputs that we are used to in practice modes. I want to talk about the one button special moves for a little bit. I think this is great. I really don't like those motion inputs. It just takes too long and you can't really do it on demand. But at the same time, I also understand the other side of the argument where, you know, if you want to get good at the game, you gotta learn how to do these moves. So I get it, but I prefer the easier way to input these moves. How it works is you press either the left shoulder button or the left trigger in combination with one of the directions, and a different special move will come out depending on the direction that you press. You may be thinking, wouldn't this create an unfair advantage to the people who are using the one button special move just because they can do it faster? Well, you're right to have that concern, and the developers actually considered this. When you go online, you can filter out and select whether you want one button special move players, and I'm glad that they thought about these things. It just shows me that they know fighting games. Speaking of online modes, there is rollback netcode, and you can actually control the rollback in the netcode. And just like the addition of the practice mode, they also updated matchmaking as well. You can wait to match up with another player like you normally do, or you can wait while playing a game, or you can browse through the artwork or the music until you get matched up. And this is just super cool. The idea that this is updated and modernized without changing the code of the game is just really clever. Playing online is a very smooth experience. They did a good job. However, I am having a hard time finding players. I am not sure what it is. Is it because we have 10 games and all of the player base is split between these games? It's Sunday afternoon right now and I'm having trouble finding players. I love the collection obviously, but I wonder if it's better if they just release this individually. So that way the player base is not all scattered. Hopefully as time goes on, this game will get more and more popular, there will be more and more players. Playing through these games really remind me of how awesome fighting games were back in the day. It's very simple, right? There's an arcade mode, there's a versus mode, not much to it. But the creativity in the character design is just off the charts. There's just so much personality that goes into designing each of these characters. Now some of these characters, let me tell you, there's a lot of skin showing. I have a feeling that these games are marketed to a certain set of players in certain set of age groups. Let me tell you, the amount of money and time I've spent on Puzzle Fighter in the arcades is crazy. That's where I was at all the time while I was in college. I got so freaking good at the game. And that's the beauty of this collection. You can play these games again online with other people without actually ever leaving your house. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe for more, and take care now.
ないものないよないよないよ